Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Majin Starcraft. I know it's been a while, but you really didn't want me to cast with a full-on, very blown-up lip after my surgery. Surgery went well, healed nicely, took a lot longer than I expected, but here I am. Some of you might rejoice at the fact that I'm back, some of you might not. Don't care, I'm here. You want to watch it, fine. You don't want to watch it, fine as well. So, we are here on one of the new maps with two players, Zerg, Stephano, and TheWoK Terran. I do have it on good accord that TheWoK is actually ROOTDREWBIE. So yeah, new map. It seems gigantic. As you've probably noticed, this game will be a good one, I hope. Long games are usually good. I hope this one is good. We'll see. We shall see. The map is called Typhon Peaks, and it is one of the new maps right now. They still are on the PTR, I believe. They have not gotten live. I haven't been able to, keep up with the Starcraft community. I have kept up a little, but because of the surgery, I really wasn't in the mood to keep up with stuff that I should be casting, and I'm not able to. So I basically spend my time playing single-player games such as Mass Effect and others, hoping for Dragon Age 2 to come out still. And hoping for Dragon Age 2, waiting for Dragon Age 2 to come out, and all that. We have a Wallen for ROOTDREWBIE right here, or let's call him TheWoK, because as I said, I have it on good accord that he's ROOTDREWBIE, but you can never, ever really be sure with these things. Nice Wallen with the two supply depots and the barracks. We'll see what that means. Stephano actually opting to go for an early expansion. First off, you can clearly see that the bad part of this map is that expansion is really far away from your base, so it's quite hard to defend it, especially as Zerg, especially as trying to unite the bases with creep. Also, you have a little bit of a choke point here, a ramp here, and a possibility of attack here. So basically you have about 3 points of attack, not to mention the air, from which the expansion can be assaulted at. Meanwhile, we do have the scout for WoK. So yeah, WoK has scouted that Stephano has a spawning pool up pretty soon, and he knows that Zerglings will come up, or maybe even the queens. Stephano really having a early expansion build on this map is a little bit dangerous because you don't know exactly what will happen. We have a marine here, and we're gonna probably see a bunker. No, marine retreating. No, deciding not to engage this base, even though there is nothing here to defensive, bringing out a lot of lings. Smart play by Stephano, because he knows that this long distance, man, that base is so far away. He knows that he needs things to defend this base with, or maybe even try to keep the WoK inside the base. But obvious answer, expansion for the Terran as well, so he doesn't fall behind in the economy, which is really good. A little bit bunker to defend against Zergling harassment. The Wallen, he needs to lift up that supply depot before he falls. These links could run in here before the bunker gets done, but Stephano is not aware of this. 4 Marines is trying to push out. 4 Marines are able to handle, I suppose, if micro correctly, all these Zerglings, especially without speed. Speed is not done. Command center almost done. Factory, there's a factory on the way, so Hellions, big possibility, because especially against an early expansion Zerg. An early expansion Zerg means that he might not exactly have the tech to hold off against the good old Hellions. And here we go, we have the bunker, and this one marine is ahead just to scout when the Zerglings try to come. And here come the Zerglings trying to run in there, and nope. Very nice, lifting up that supply depot just in time. Another factory, so we might see mech play from the WoK, because I really don't see the point of having 2 factories if you're gonna go Hellions. As you can see, there's a tech lab on the way, there's a reactor. I suppose there will be a bait and switch between these two and have Hellions. Well, this one will focus on the tech. As you can see, Zerglings holding the Xel'Naga Tower. There are 2 Xel'Naga Towers to spot the middle. There is, however, the possibility to break down these rocks and jump up right inside the natural. This is, as I said, a new map. I'm not very familiar with it, but yes, this is a possibility. Meanwhile, Stephano opting to go for a 3rd expansion. I believe there's no high yield on this map. Nope, there's no high yield on this map, so as long as both players can keep up with each other in terms of expansion numbers, there will be no advantage in terms of a high yield base. Both Xel'Naga Towers under the control of the Zerg, and the Zerg Swarm is evolving. Baneling's Nest on the way. No, there it is, finally just popping in the hatchery into the lair. There's the Baneling Nest. I suppose soon, very soon, we will see maybe some Mutas. Yes, Mutas might be good, especially against Hellions. Blue Flame Hellions against Mutas. Yeah, 1 Mutas versus 1,000 Blue Flame Hellions. I'll tell you that Muta's gonna win. Meanwhile, Zerglings trying to poke in here, but the defensive line is pretty good. They could potentially run, but I think this bunker does keep everything in the defensive. As you can see, an Overlord here to scout for anything, trying to sacrificing a couple of Zerglings to see what's coming and catching that Hellion attack. He knows that Blue Flame Hellions are coming. Does he have the defenses required for this? Let's see. Unit says no. Unit says no, so he's retreating into his base with all his harvesters. He knows that this space is secure because Scout hasn't found out. Gonna block off the ramp with the Queen. Here comes Zerglings, but the Zerglings are stuck behind the Queen, and now they're running, but Zerglings not the best unit against the Hellions, and now the Hellions can really do some damage. As you can see, they're keeping this base completely locked down. Gonna try and take out the Spine Crawler, but they know they can't do enough damage. Spine Crawler is having so much armor. Hellion is not the best units against buildings. They're good against harvesters, but they are in a large amount of numbers. They do the job. And very nice, sneaking in those Banelings with the shield of the Queens, and now all those Hellions have fallen. And if you look at the units lost tab, TheWoK is actually behind because of that attack. He didn't even do any economical damage. There's the Scout, gonna see everything, gonna see the Baneling's Nest, gonna see the lair, but nothing really else. That could indicate that, hey man, there's only 2 expansions, there's no real tech buildings. That means there's a 3rd somewhere, so TheWoK is actually opting to go for his 3rd as well. Oh, whoa, can't wait to actually have this video up. It's been so long, and so since I've casted a game, I feel so rusty. If we look at the production tab, we have Marine, Stim, Terran vehicle level 1 and vehicles level 1 and infantry level 1. So probably opting to switch a little bit. As you can see, we have a lot of barracks on the way. 3 more barracks on the way. A starport, still pumping out Hellions. So production tab says Hellions. As you can see, centrifugal hooks to make those Banelings move faster. Very nice indeed. Spire soon. The Spires will, the Mutas will be a great counter against the Hellions. They'll keep them at bay. We'll see how many Marines will TheWoK have by then to deal with the Hellions. Will we see Thors? Possibly, yes. Now the second factory has gotten up to go to another tech lab. That means that this will we see? Yeah, will we see the starport go on the reactor? No. We might see Thors or tanks transitioning SCVs to the second base. There we go. We had a little pause there, keeping the Hellions on the Xel'Naga Tower, making sure that the Zerg doesn't exactly overstretch. A lot of Banelings, 17 more Banelings on the way. How many Banelings do we actually have on the map? 33 Banelings. So probably gonna try and Baneling bust the door open. Not necessarily the best choice right now. We shall see, but the Banelings are gonna move really fast thanks to those centrifugal hooks. Here come a couple of Zerglings, gonna take out those. And alright, gonna take out those SCVs, gonna try and run in the tower, but nothing of the sorts. There's a scan, gonna try and pick out the creep tumor to make sure that the creep doesn't spread, and here come the Banelings, rolling, but no, they have to return because they know that they cannot catch up to the Hellions. Marines maybe, Stim Marines, not likely, but still, Hellions, no way in hell. So the option is tanks. This siege tech on the way. Let's switch to the production tab. No, it's not on the way. There, yep, there it is. Sometimes I'm blind. Combat shields on the way. double engineering bay for a lot of upgrades. So as you can see, marine tanks going for, and here come the banelings and mutas. Banelings and mutas, such a powerful weapon indeed. As you can see, nothing of the vehicle of the Terran can actually fight against this muta. He actually is saving his banelings because he knows that the mutas can get the job done. Hellions tanks, no chance against the mutas. Meanwhile, we do have quite a significant amount of marines. Nice creep spreading the tumor inside the natural, very nice indeedy do. And now we have a missile turret to deal with the mutas, but of course the mutas are one of the Zerg's most powerful weapons of harassment, and running in there, all 3 missile turrets incomplete, and all these harvesters are in danger. Here come the marines. They do have stim. Gonna try and reach them? No, because they're locked up inside their own SCV line, and a couple of mutas get out of there. I think some of them might have been shot down, but no, go, a couple of marines trying to try there. Nope, mutas making out. 1 muta in the red, but as we know, Zergs can heal, so no problem there. Banelings moving on across the map. Might we see Stephano try to break the rocks and bring the banelings in here? Good strategy. It's a good strategy to have. Bringing out finally some medevacs to keep everything alive. Meanwhile, Stephano is actually gonna try probably expanding again. So very nice indeed for him. He's actually right now on 1, 2, 3 expansions and his main, while TheWoK is only at 2 expansions and the main, so he's 1 base behind. Now TheWoK is actually gonna do what Stephano should have probably done to try and break in here. He's actually gonna move out through the back door, probably just lay down the tanks here and use the medevacs to spot the high ground. Let's see what happens. He knows that he can't bring the mutas in there because of all these marines. Almost breaking the rocks, deciding not to break the rocks. Would he break the rocks? A good idea? I don't know. He would be choked up in a point, and all these banelings could run in there and do significant amounts of damage. I don't know. There's an offensive defensive sensor tower. He knows, has all 3 bases encompassed, so he knows what's going on. He does have 4 missile turrets here. 4 missile turrets not gonna be enough. Gonna try and find a sweet spot. As you can see, finding a sweet spot, but no falling back because here come the marines. He was gonna try and take out this expansion. Not gonna happen. The marines are here. These rocks haven't been broken yet. A very nice bait and switch attack could happen from Stephano. As you can see, running in those Zerglings with no bad timing. Bad timing. How did those Zerglings even get here? I have no idea. Could they run past here? I don't know. I missed how those Zerglings actually managed to get down here. Did he drop them? I don't know. Thor's. So Thor's on the map right now. And yeah, Thor's on the map right now. Again, keeping my phone too close to the microphone. I'm sorry. Luckily, I think I got it. I got to it in time. And there we go. We have TheWoK moving out, laying down a scan, and here come everything. Mutas, Lings, and Zerglings freezing up my computer, blowing up a tank. Everything is coming. Tanks blowing up, Thor's blowing up, Marines splitting up. Not the best idea. Trying not to get surrounded, but that didn't happen. The tanks did manage to do a lot of damage. A couple of Marines left alive. Both armies suffering tremendous losses. But actually the Terran does survive little by little. The Thor is here to keep the mutas away, losing quite a big amount of army. He's lost all his tanks, only a Thor and a tank remaining. Very small force of Marines remaining. As you can see, units lost, tab jumping to significant amounts. But right now Stephano is behind. I guess the good part for Stephano is that he is ahead in resources. Because he's ahead in the resources mining, he can afford to be behind in the units lost, especially because of Zerg reinforcements. And as you can see, he's opting to immediately reinforce his army and probably gonna try soon for the attack. Whew. So let's continue. I have to say, it really feels rusty at this point in time. I really feel rusty. I feel like I have lip lock. I have no idea what to say. There's a nice scan for TheWoK, so he knows what's expecting. He knows that he can't move up in that position anymore because actually he does not have the army to deal with it. Bringing up the Thors first to deal with the mutas. Banelings, not enough to probably deal with this gigantic Thor army. As you can see, retreating. The mutas are gonna try and catch this army from behind, or even try to do some base harass. Not gonna happen. Wow, nice, laying down all those missile turrets to try and get this base, but no, won't gonna happen. The mutas taking everything out. One missile turret, not gonna happen. And TheWoK really needs to bring his command center back, bringing the Marines here. Nice, good, tried to snipe off the mutas, but now the mutas have an open shot to the base. There is a one missile turret here, but yeah, poor missile turret. That didn't happen. So now the Stephano is actually working on the TheWoK supply count, and that's gonna cost him. That's gonna cost him. Gonna cost the TheWoK, because if he loses all these, he will be supply blocked, and that will give Stephano the possibility of attacking. He only has a couple of Marines here, and there is a Thor. These mutas could have done so much, maybe even stopped the research. As you can see, already on armor and infantry level 3. Mutas are back at the expansion, gonna try and snipe off that medevac, and now gonna start working on the command center, bringing in 2 Thors. And will these mutas? Yes, the mutas are running away, no chance. Meanwhile, the TheWoK is actually moving out himself. Here comes the Zerglings and Banelings. As you can see, the Zerg army is gigantic, gonna pop and take out all those tanks. Pop. One lonely tank still alive, still shooting, still bombarding. The Marines, however, are almost completely unharmed thanks to the medevacs. And now the TheWoK is just gonna march down here and do the damage. Do the damage that he needs to do. That is economical damage. If we look at the units lost tab, a little bit of coming right here from behind from the Banelings, Stephano coming in and taking out all the Marines. So in the end, not a big advantage for the TheWoK. As I said, he needs to take out expansions. He needs to make sure that his opponent loses more units and doesn't exactly mine from more places, because as you can see, the entire bottom of the map right now belongs to the Zerg player, while the top, not so much. Finally, the TheWoK is securing this expansion that he wanted to earlier, but he's still behind. His natural is almost mined out, his main is almost mined out, his third is almost mined out. So he's soon gonna be only on one base. He needs to take this, and this, while his opponent already has all of them under his control. Might not be harvesting efficiently from them, but he has places to transition to. As you can see, trying to do a little bit of damage here, but Zerglings and Banelings keeping everything in check. A couple of Thors gonna try to take out the mutas. One Thor dying, another Thor dying, bringing up a couple of Marines here. So very fast-paced action from both players, as you can see. Whoa, Ultralists, here come the Ultras. Ultras trying to slice up through everything. There are a few tanks here, but the tanks are not going to do that much because of the Banelings. Ultras still pushing forward. A lot of Ultras. I haven't bring up the production tab quite in a while. As you can see, 5 more Ultras on the way, and now the Ultras just pushing forward because they're Ultras. They have 2 armor and 2 attack, and just pushing forward. Marines will not be enough, and as you can see, Greater Spire on the way. That could mean that the Zerg player Stephano is opting to go for both his ultimate units, Broodlords and Ultralists. Second, where did that Ultralist go? He just poofed, vanished. Interesting. Yeah, bug. Anyway, here comes the TheWoK, and now the TheWoK is actually he's actually still ahead. He's managed to do significant amount of losses to the Zerg player, bringing in a couple of Marines here. No medevac support, but he has taken out a couple of mutas. Let's see, in the units tab, we have 3 more Ultras on the map, so both players playing really nice and really aggressively. So I have to say, I really love the pressure of this game. If I was to say that I'm favoring anybody as the winner right now, is the Zerg. Stephano has a much better economy. I haven't even brought the income tab. As you can see, 102 harvesters over 87, 2,000 minerals, 1,500 gas, over 700 gas, 130 minerals, 1,300 minerals. Now the TheWoK is finally trying to expand to 2 more bases, but it's really late in the game. It all comes down to whether he will be able to keep dishing out the punishment without taking so much losses. And here comes the Zerg army, Banelings and Ultras, ladies and gentlemen. That's a new play, and it works. Everything is just getting mowed down. Mowed down, but no, Stephano deciding not to push in despite the fact that he can. As you can see, if we look at the army size, we have 200 food over 146. He could literally push in, but the reason he's falling back is because there is a small drop here. But the one Ultra actually Okay, that's an interesting bug. Apparently Ultras don't die anymore. They poof. They vanished. They vanished, ladies and gentlemen. That's how Ultra die anymore. They no longer have an animation where Ultras just, you know, land. Okay, there's one more Marauder dropping in the Marauder. Will this Marauder do enough damage? The Marauder versus Queen, Marauder and Medevac versus Queen. But the Medevac has run out of energy, so yeah, the Queen's gonna win. So yeah, right there. Another drop here. Almost missed it. I don't think it did that much damage. There is a Corruptor, and yeah, Ultra disappearing again. Gotta say, I love that. I love that. Do other units? Yeah, other units actually disappear as well. Strangely enough, could that be my settings? Could that be my settings? As I said, I haven't played in quite a while. I don't know. I don't know. The game is unmaxed, so technically that shouldn't be a problem. Hope it's not my issue and I look like a fool, but as far as I know, my options are all at maximum. So technically we should still see, you know, dying units instead of poof, vanish. But I don't know. As I said, this is also a game from the PTRS, if I'm not mistaken. If the maps have not come out, I tried to stay away from Starcraft because simply I didn't want to punish myself for, hey, look, this is happening. These are great matches that are happening. You can't cast them. Nah, 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 nah. I'm certain that a lot of people actually are happy with that because they don't like the way I cast games. Well, too bad. You know, they have the option of not watching the videos, so yeah. Broodlords on the map. Broodlords and Ultras. Here it comes. Broodlords and Ultras. Maxed out army versus maxed out army. I have to say again, I'm favoring the Zerg. A lot of more bases. These are all transitioning SCVs. Here come the armies. Ultras and Broodlords. The Ultras are soaking up a lot of damage while the Ultras are shooting with those free Broodlords. And as you can see, in terms of army size, the TheWoK is falling behind. He still has 3,000 resources, but a couple of minutes ago he has 5,000 resources ahead. So he is falling behind. As you can see, there's a scan shooting up a wave of Broodlords, taking out that missile turret completely, and 3 defense and 3 attack for those small broodlings. Broodlords so powerful at the moment. Retreating, and now Stephano is doing what he wisely should do, and that is completely starve out the TheWoK. If he manages to do that, that's it, game over. We shall see if he manages to do that, or will the TheWoK actually do some damage of his own. Here comes the attack. One planetary fortress gonna be taken out quite fast. Yes, quite fast. Now retreating immediately. He knows that he doesn't care about killing SCVs. He only cares about destroying the economy. And if that means just, well, in the end he did actually take out all the SCVs. In the end, all he wants to do is take out the bases. Now the TheWoK is actually gonna run inside the main with a nice drop. There's nothing here on the defensive except one lonely queen, and that will not be enough. And now the Ultras are on the creep, and they will be running really fast inside the main, and here comes the damage. What are they shooting? I have no idea what the Marines are actually shooting. Not doing enough damage, and now running away, trying to run inside the medevacs, and there we go. All the Marines, well, almost all the Marines making it out of there, but now the medevacs are being chased off by the mutas, and they won't be able to drop off any Marines. As you can see, dropping off one lonely Marine, and that Marine is fallen, so the entire army of the TheWoK died there. Both players on almost par with units lost tab. Actually, finally Stephano being ahead, but soon that wouldn't matter. He has a lot more bases. Right now the TheWoK is only on 1-2 base, while Stephano is on 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. He is getting pressured by the TheWoK, but I don't think it's gonna matter. As you can see, he does have Vikings to deal with the Vikings to deal with the Broodlords, because in the end there's nothing in the air to deal with the Vikings. However, the Ultras are doing the damage on the ground, and so are the Broodlords. Soon the Broodlords will fall, I suppose. If you look at the production tab, we should see a couple of mutas or corruptors on the way. As you see, corruptors are on the way, and the Broodlords, 2 more Broodlords alive and very low health. He should be focusing them down as fast as possible. If we look at the army size, Stephano 192, poor TheWoK on 144. So DREWBIE on 144, laying down another drop inside here. Try to take out something. They're just randomly shooting. Take out the buildings. You have in the Ultra Den and the Raider Spire. Will he take them out both? No! Ultra then survives. Great Aspire down. But now these Metapacks gonna die, not gonna be able to make it with the Corruptors on their tail. Or are they? Will they make it? Will they make it? Will they make it? No! No, 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 no. They should have continuously ran because of the missile turrets here. Probably would have made it if they didn't stop. As you can see, the Viking is now trying to pick up and do a lot of damage in the air, maybe even supply block our Zerg player. There are a lot of Vikings, there are a lot of Corruptors. There we go, Corruption ability. The Vikings have no idea that the Corruptors are here. As you can see, no micro, and he's gonna lose that because he wasn't paying attention. Sadly, very, very bad move for the TheWoK, and now Stephano is actually being very bold and expanding in the Terran side of the map. So great play by the TheWoK and by Stephano in this game, but right now I have to say that I give it to Stephano. He's ahead. Actually, he's a little bit ahead. He's a little bit behind the News Lost tab, but he still has more bases and more places to mine off. And this poor drop is gonna get taken out so goddamn quickly. As you saw, nothing, only 3 Marines making out of there, and the Marines are just gonna get chomped into pieces by the Ultras. And here comes another attack by the TheWoK, this time with a lot of Metavacs for support. Will he manage to take out something? No, he's gonna take out a in-base hatchery, as you can see, but not only probably gonna slow down the production of the Zerg player. But on all these bases, I have to say it really doesn't even matter. As you can see, losing all those armies. If we look at the army size, 178 over 145. Stephano still mining quite efficiently off of 1, 2, well, almost 3, 4 bases. Soon a new one. The TheWoK is trying to expand there, but he's soon gonna find out that he cannot. Very close game indeed. But again, as I said, at this point, I don't see DREWBIE or the TheWoK coming back from this. I do not see it coming. I do not see any possibility of him coming back. The Zerg has too much map control, has had too many expansions for far too long. Even though he's behind in the resources, he does not have enough to make a difference. And here come a lot of Harvesters to try and take out those Marauders. Will the Marauders take out the... No, will they not? There is an Ultra here. Come on, Marauder. No. Hatchery surviving on 108 HP. Very nice. So keeping this expansion alive. Here comes another encounter. A lot of Ultras, a lot of Bane. I believe this is the final push for the Zerg, because the TheWoK has nothing to deal with all of these Marauders and just nothing. Corruptors in the air to take out the Metavacs one by one, and the Ultras are just pushing forward. There are a couple of Thors here, but I don't think the Thors will be enough to deal with all those Ultras. I mean, there are a lot of Ultras here. One Thor running because of rally point or something, and yep, 4 Ultras versus 1 Thor. I wonder who's gonna win. And that's it. No more Metavacs in the air. And deciding actually to take a couple of Corruptors and boom, swing them into Broodlords, because why not? Broodlords are very powerful, and I believe that this is finally the end. The TheWoK needs to call GG. He's dragging it out a little at this point because there's nothing he can do. He's not mining. He is mining effectively off of 2 bases, while his opponent's off of a lot more than that, and he really doesn't even have any army. If we look at the food size, 84 over 197. It's over. It's over. There's nothing he can do at this point, unless, I don't know, bringing out ghosts, 3 ghosts and 5 nuclear missiles and just nuking everything with precision timing. But that's not gonna happen. As you can see, everything is falling and dying. GG fight by the TheWoK, a.k.a. DREWBIE, and we've had a long match. Oh god, I'm tired. I'm glad I'm tired, and I'm glad to say that this is my first match back. It's been great. It's just been great, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.